You've heard about Arcjet, and you want to add rate limiting to your website. How do you go about it? Let's have a look. Arcjet is a security middleware layer for your JavaScript applications. We've got a number of adapters already for things like Node.js and Express, Svelte, and a couple of others. There are more coming, but for now, I'm going to have a look at a relatively straightforward Node.js application that simply returns a hello world. Let's jump into the code and see what's going on. Over here, we can see that I've installed Express. We're starting that up, and we're then basically handling any GET requests to the root URL, and we're returning hello world. So I've already started the server down here, and if we jump over and have a look to see what's going on, we can see here, if I hit refresh, we've got hello world here. So let's add rate limiting to this so that we can only request, say, 5 pages per minute, and after that we get rate limited. First thing I'm going to do is stop our server down here, and I'm going to install Arcjet Node. And while that's happening in the background, I'm also going to import Arcjet from Arcjet Node. And that's finished in the background. Okay, cool. So now I want to define, instantiate my Arcjet object to define the configuration for that. So I'm going to create an AJ object based on Arcjet. And the thing we need to pass into here is our key. Now let's go and find that key. If you head to arcjet.com and sign up, once you get in there, you'll be created a team and you'll be prompted to create a new site. So I'm going to come in here and create a new site. Let's just call it demo for now. And I'm going to create that. And the first thing you'll see on the top right hand side here is my Arcjet key. So I'm just going to copy that and paste that into my env local, into there, hit save. So that part's set up now. So the key we can get from process.env.arcjet key. Just double check Arcjet key, that's correct. And now we can define the rules. And the only rule that I'm going to add for today is my fixed window. So that's going to rate limit somebody from the first request that comes in. It'll count how many requests come through, and if it hits a maximum number within the time period, it's going to rate limit. So the fixed window takes a number of parameters. So the first one is the mode that we want to run it in. The mode comes in 2 options, dry run and live. If we set it to live, then if the decision comes back recommending to deny access based on that rate limiter, then your application will be recommended to deny. If it's in dry run, the decision that comes back from the Arcjet SDK will be to continue, but you'll be able to see the recommendation to deny in the logs in your Arcjet dashboard. I'm going to run in the live mode because we want to see it actually affect our web page. The next thing we're going to define is the window of time. This is the time in seconds that we want this window to exist for. So from the first request that comes in that starts this window, how long do we have to spend our maximum number of requests, essentially? So I'm going to create a window of time of 1 minute or 60 seconds. And then we're going to define the maximum number of requests that are allowed to be served within that time. So let's set that to 5. So 5 requests per minute. After that, after the 5th request, the 6th request will come back with a recommendation to deny. So now that we've got that defined, let's just close this off here. Now that we've got that defined, we can come down into our handler and make a call to Arcjet to protect our site. So we're going to define a decision that's going to come back from Arcjet, and we're going to move wait Arcjet protect, and we're going to pass in the request. Arcjet needs the request in order to work out who's actually accessing your site. And from that, it's going to determine how many times they've been before and come back with that recommendation. So now that we've got that, we can evaluate the decision and work out what we're going to do. So if the decision is a denial, then we can basically come back and return status 429, which is the HTTP status code for rate limit, and also with the text rate limit exceeded. Otherwise, we're going to return the hello world as before. So if we hit save, and we come back and we restart our local application and refresh up here, we'll see it's still working. If we look in here now, we'll see that the first request has come through. So I've just switched back to my dashboard and I can see there's a request come through here. If I refresh this a couple of times, then we're going to get a rate limit exceeded. And in the dashboard here, we can see we got our first 5 requests and the 6th one was denied. I hope that's helped you get started with Arcjet. Let us know in the comments below how it goes for you. I'd love to know how you're using Arcjet and whether you're using any of the other primitives like Shield or email validation. We've also got a Discord server. I'll link that in the description below. And until next time, have fun.